Alrighty, morning everyone, and welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel on another beautiful day. In today's video we are gonna do the hopefully as full as possible review on this beautiful watch, the Lange Söhne Saxonia Automatic. With the small seconds, not the moon phase, but it doesn't matter. It's still a beautiful watch. We're going to do the full review on this watch, and I am hopefully going to tell you everything that's important about it. And yeah, I would say we'll get right into it and take a look at the beautiful watch itself. So this watch is obviously an automatic watch, as the name might suggest. And this is the one that has the small seconds complication. It's not really a major complication, it's just that the seconds hand is inside this little circle down there, and it goes around its little rounds in there and not on the main dial itself. So it looks nice. Some people don't like it. I actually prefer it over the normal seconds hand. I really like it, and I think it looks great on this watch. And the watch itself is made out of 18 karat rose gold, which looks really good on this watch. I think they also come in normal, just like white gold, and I think they also come in honey gold. I might be wrong there though. I know that Lange Söhne started to produce some of the models in honey gold, but which is just basically a mixture of rose gold and normal gold. At least that's what it looks like. It's probably a different composition, but yeah. So that's definitely a thing, or maybe not, who knows. The dial is made out of solid silver, which is a really nice feature, and it doesn't really look like it's made out of solid silver. It really just looks white, honestly. It doesn't really look very silvery, but it just has this little pearly effect to it. Looks really good in person. The camera is probably not going to pick that up really well, but definitely a really cool thing. So the hour hands, the second hands, and the minute hands are all made out of rose gold, as well as the hour markers and as well as the buckle. So yeah, really cool thing. All 18 karat rose gold. So that's definitely very nice. The strap is made out of alligator leather, and it's obviously a brown strap. You can see that. I don't really have to tell you that, but also really cool. Alligator leather is obviously very durable stuff. So I'm really happy that they chose that for this watch. It's also obviously one of the more higher grade leathers, and so pretty fitting for a watch that is 25,700 euros. At least it is over here. You can get different prices at different ADs or boutiques, whatever, but that's the price that it is here. So, turning the watch around, you obviously have a little piece of paper cloth where your serial number is, because we don't want to share that around. And you've got, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful case backs that has ever been produced. I haven't really seen anything more beautiful than that. Some Patek ones get close to it, some AP ones get somewhat close to it, but I think that this is really like the most beautiful automatic watch case back pretty much ever. And the watch is so incredibly thin. It's a 38.5 millimeter watch, which is a little bit odd. Not sure why they just didn't do 39, but it's a 38.5 and it's only 7.8 millimeters thick, which is like nothing. It obviously doesn't really have any complications, so that's why it is so thin. But that is really a really cool thing, that this watch really wears so incredibly slim that you can probably wear it with anything. I wore it with a t-shirt, and then I've worn it with another t-shirt that was a different color, and then I've worn it with jeans, both in blue and in black. Which is probably the only thing I own, because I don't own a suit. But this, being a dress watch, still looks good, you know? Which is a real surprise. So the movement of this watch is the LO8 6.1. Really nice. As I said, I love this movement. It's one of the most beautiful movements, in my opinion, that has ever been produced. And it's also a very accurate movement. It beats at 21,600 beats per hour, which is definitely decent, yeah. But I've got some watches that also have a higher frequency, but it doesn't really matter. It's not really something that is relevant for most people in day-to-day use. And so, yeah, really cool thing, but not that relevant. What is relevant is that it has a sapphire crystal on both the front and the back of the watch. So you can see that right there. Well, yeah, at least partially, because my little tissue paper fell down, and so I don't want to share the serial number with the world, but, well, I wish the world would be watching this. For the 3 people that are watching this, I don't want to share the serial number with you. So, yeah, but in my opinion, this is one of the best handmade watches that you can get nowadays for like the price of around 25,000 euros. I don't think there is a lot of better watches out there for that price. I really doubt it. In my opinion, this watch brand, Lange Söhne, should be in the holy trinity of watchmaking. I honestly feel it just produces higher quality watches than all the other 3 that are in there right now. Vacheron, Audemars Piguet, and obviously Patek Philippe. You know, very debatable, very controversial, but that's just my honest opinion. Having owned most of those, this is just the best quality. I mean, I've looked at my Patek, I've looked at my AP. These are obviously older ones. Yeah, I don't have new ones, but it just doesn't come close to this. Okay, now give me a second here, so just so that some of you are not gonna tear me apart in the comments. I do absolutely not mean that every A. Lange Söhne is better than every Patek Philippe or every Audemars Piguet. That is obviously bullcrap, we all know that. But I'm just saying, in the same price range, there's nothing that you can really compare about that. I mean, when you look at the price range with like 25,000 euros at Patek or at Audemars Piguet, like, you're getting a great watch, a watch that is very nearly perfect, but it's not as close to perfect as this one. Doesn't matter what kind of style of watch it is, or if you like this watch better than anything else. I've owned all three of them, all four of them actually, if you can include Vacheron, and you just can't say that a Lange Söhne would be the same or worse quality than those. It isn't. Sorry to tell you, but that kind of is the thing. But yet again, I'm not saying that every watch from a Lange Söhne is better than all of the three other brands. Definitely not. Nowhere near. But when it comes to the absolute top models, or to the models in the exact same price range, a Lange is better in my opinion. I mean, this is just absolutely amazing. It's obviously not everyone's style, that is not the question whatsoever, but in my opinion, just the quality is incredibly good. And as I already said, the amazing thing about this watch is that you can just walk into a boutique, ask for it, and they'll give it to you. You don't have to be on a waiting list, you don't have to do all that shenanigans like that. You can just buy it. And that is actually quite an amazing thing, because A. Lange Söhne only produces around 7,500 watches a year. So it's really not something that's easy to come by. They do have a lot of models, and obviously they produce quite a bit of them. So I would say that this watch in this specific configuration probably only is produced 1,000 times a year, maybe less, maybe only 500. It depends on how high the production quantities of the other models are. Some of the higher end models, obviously there are only going to be a few produced, like 1 or 2 every year, but this is definitely not a watch that there's a lot out there, and it also doesn't lose a lot of value. Actually, you can pick these ones up used for like maybe 22 grand, something like that, 23, so you don't save a lot of money on that. So I would say it's a great watch if you want a little bit more of a dressy watch, a little bit more of a tame watch, a watch that you can just wear every day, but that's not really like in your face and stuff like that. It's not a sports model, definitely not, but I think it's a very, very nice watch and a very, very wearable watch, obviously because it's an incredibly thin one. Good weight, definitely, because it's a gold watch, but that's also a nice thing in my opinion. I don't like extremely light watches, just feels a bit cheap. This doesn't. It's obviously not a heavy watch because it's very small, and it's obviously on a leather strap, so it probably weighs like, maybe 70 to 80 grams, so not a whole lot, but definitely a good weight to wear every single day. Should you do that? Oh, well, it's a little bit of a fragile watch, most likely. Why? Well, because dress watches just aren't as sturdy as sports models usually are. So it's definitely not a beater, that's for sure, but it's definitely a nice watch that you can wear if you just want to wear it. Be careful of it though, obviously, because it is a thin watch, it is not a sports model, it doesn't have very thick glass, it's a gold watch, so, it needs a little bit more attention than, for example, a steel Rolex, obviously, because that's just a watch that's never gonna break, really. This can. So if you want that, of course, but be a little bit careful. So yeah, I would say that's about it. I really hope you enjoyed today's review. I hope I didn't forget anything very important. If I did, be sure to let me know in the comments, as always, because then other people that might still want to know stuff can read it there. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. If you've got any more questions, be sure to write them in the comments below. You can also subscribe if you don't want to miss any other videos, and you can also rate the video. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, and until next time.